Diva, my people, wash popping. The evil Blondie is bringing Pop Kasa back to your screens with that perfect blend of entertainment and pop culture. And this week, we've got absolutely a lot to talk about, and we're going in on the AI technology and all that's going on with that. Yes, we do understand progress, and we know that there's a point you have to put a stop button to it at some point. Now, of course, our next story, we've got Hakimi, and the entire internet just shut down because of Hakimi last week. And of course, that spawned into the entire next of kin story that we're going to go into today. Siri, please play me Crazy Things Are Happening, you guys. Anyways, the itch has us questioning situations, but you know how we do on Pop Kasa. My guests and I are ready, so let's dive right in. Welcome to Pop Kasa. Now let's get the show on the road. Now the world has come to a point where we would like to think we're moving forward. Major developments in several sectors and technological developments, the systems, everything is going up. And you know, sometimes these things will alter the run of humanity. Now we've got a major AI issue on our hands and we need to start talking about it. I'm ready to get into this discussion, but as you know, I'm not doing this alone. I've got two special guests right here to eat into the conversation with me. Now we've got Nigerian television producer, music branding and business expert Caesar Ume-ezeoke in the house with us. How you doing? Welcome back. I feel like at some point, you know, you're like our G in the house already.
I hope you don't charge me rent.
Ah, sorry. Yeah. We used to charge. Why expensive, actually? Okay, now moving on, we've got the #1 Afrobeat recording guitarist and music producer Fiokee in the building. Oh my God, it's Fiokee! I have to say it again. Should I say it again?
Say it like more like the way it's supposed to sound like.
Oh my God, it's Fiokee!
No, you are fighting.
I'm fighting. Oh my God, it's Fiokee.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's Fiokee.
Okay.
You pay me extra work.
More like it. Yeah.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm fine.
I heard the latest thing you had done with chicken. It was really, really smooth. How's that? How's that?
We're just moving. We're pushing it.
We're pushing it. Are we expecting anything new?
Definitely.
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 Will you give me a hint? Small hint.
I'm working on my project.
You don't want to tell us the project. Tell us.
I'm working on my project.
What
I dropped my album last year,
yeah.
my 40th birthday last year, man.
Yeah.
So this year, I'm planning for another project. Oh, every year I must be dropping.
Okay.
What's a body of work?
What's it called now?
Last year was man. This year,
woman.
This one, you're not going around later.
Okay, we're looking forward to it, definitely. So now let's talk artificial intelligence. Well, folks, the AI revolution is upon us, and it already seems to be getting slightly out of hand. Now, it's no news that the world has taken a turn towards AI solutions, from handling everyday work lives to creating creations, including original art generation, script writing, project development, and even medical analysis, and now music creation using artificial vocal synchronization. At this point, I believe it's safe to say it's starting to get out of hand. I mean, even Elon Musk, the man who blasted one of his sports cars into space on a SpaceX rocket and wants to try on monkey-killing brain chips on human subjects, is warning about technological folly, and it's probably a warning worth listening to. So listen up. Musk, alongside more than 1,000 tech experts, have signed an open letter calling for a pause on AI developments, citing profound risks to society and humanity. So here's a snippet of Elon Musk's position on AI.
AI is more dangerous than, say, mismanaged aircraft design or production maintenance or bad car production, in the sense that it has the potential, however small one may regard that probability, but it is non-trivial. It has the potential of civilizational.
Now, however, with AI features that can spy on people, manipulate voices, create images that are unreal but look very real, AI solutions that would eradicate job relevance for humans, our tech bros and sis don't think it's time to stop just yet. Now, Sean Ono Lennon on Twitter said, I've been saying for years that the real danger with AI is not if it becomes conscious, but if it doesn't, unless we can embed some form of empathy into these machines, we won't stand a chance. So firstly, I want to talk to my guests. And I want to know where my guests stand on this AI situation. Do you think AI is a danger to humanity? Let me start with you, Fiokee.
AI, like I was listening to one content yesterday, Kanye West was singing to to a song, and you actually think it was Kanye West, or somebody was using Kanye. AI, I say, AI is doing this. You shouldn't try that with my voice.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And they shouldn't even temper to my guitar. You won't collect job for my hand.
That's what it's looking like at this
AI
point.
shouldn't be a guitarist, though. You should stop at voice, please.
You stop there. Okay, so what is your position on the AI situation?
I like how you started with music, because that's the thing. You know, music is about culture.
Yeah.
And the job of an artist is to provoke emotion.
Yeah.
There's nothing with an AI. There's no emotion there. You get me? So it has to be the personality involved. I think this was started by a couple of nerds. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean, you know, these nerds that didn't get any chick in school.
Oh,
they didn't get any girls. So
the shade.
because they can do this, they decide to do this because
No emotions, no expression,
Thank
no
you.
attitude, nothing. AI was just talking. I can't even feel anything from the AI.
You can't at all.
No connection.
Okay. Now that you talked about the music front, let's look at the music front for a second. Now we now have artificially generated music on the internet, which is causing major chaos. We just don't have these songs out there. They've now started synchronizing the vocals and voice textures to that of known artists to write, release, and create music videos for songs these artists are not involved in at all. Now we have already seen the recent AI scandal of the fake Drake and Weeknd song that was released and has now been taken down from streaming platforms. And now Universal Music Group has asked streaming services to block AI companies from accessing their songs and using their music to train their technology. Now there's a whole mix of AI generated vocals of artists singing the songs of other artists, and I think we should check that out first.
This one bar, but they wanna bite. I'm too really for using a mic. Think about that when you type. I'm body with spice, and the body gon' eat. On that petite, I sounds back with the way so sweet.
You're the cool in my temperature. This is Kanye singing the song, so I'ma put my lyrics in the song. If you don't like it, get the out. No time to play no game.
The flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left. She know what she need.
Well, there you have it. Now, Drake was personally not happy with his vocals on Munch and reacted on his Instagram story saying, "This is the final straw AI." Now, Jude Ing posted on a snippet of the Drake verse, on Twitter with the words, "If this is really AI, then the music industry should be terrified for real because this slaps a lot." Now, I've got to ask, how bad is this for the music industry? Let me start with you on this one, Cease. Well, how bad is this?
it is terrible. The music industry should be terrified. A quick music history. In 1989, I don't know if you man were born, Milli Vanilli, they were lip syncing. They had their Grammys stripped from them because of this. They want their songs. Now, how about this one? This is taking the artist out of business completely. Completely out.
How bad is this? Fiokee, let me hear from you.
It's
How
very
bad
bad
is this?
because as a producer, you wouldn't need artists to sing. All those artists, where they do shakara, we don't need you anymore now.
It just
We'll
put the voice in.
Yeah, find a good writer and put the voice. Everything goes set. We'll distribute it and make money.
I mean, so at this point, some people even say that, people will now create whole albums of AI stuff and start to compare AI music with, actual artists. And some people are already doing that. Do you think it's...
But like I said, that emotional part, that expression, AI will just be very monotonous. You won't have any feeling. Only thing you are going to hear is sound, lyrics, but no emotion, no expression. Human. If you pass God.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, it's killing the music.
Yeah,
it's killing the music. It's killing the artist. It's killing the art form. You understand?
Completely.
So yes.
Would AI be able to replace human artists anyways?
That's what I'm saying. The AI can, but then it's killing the music because fans are drawn to their artists. Why is Portable Zazu big? Because the people can see the culture, they can see themselves in him.
Yeah.
You understand? But with AI, they can't see anybody. It's just buttons and sounds.
Can AI do breakdance like P-Square?
At this point, we don't know what to expect anymore, but let's move on from that now. I really think we need to pump the brakes on this AI movement before we do something we cannot take back. And on that note, we'll be heading on to our next story where we'll be talking about next of kin, so keep it locked. Welcome back to the show, Ndi Bam. Now for the next part, we're going in on that next of kin conversation. Now, after PSG defender Hakimi had the entire internet headlocked in his divorce situation and how all his money was in his mother's name and he was her next of kin and vice versa, of course, the internet went wild, calling him the man of the year. Now, that led us into a cycle of tweets where some men started to mention that your wife isn't your family. In a now deleted post, Mbadike, one of Enugu, tweeted, "The truth remains that your wife is not your family. Only your parents and siblings are." Jesse on Twitter buttressed his point with his own also deleted tweet stated, "When I say your wife is not your family, they think I'm being funny. But the fact remains that your wife is not your family. The only female that can write for you is your mom, sister and daughter, and these are the only females that should matter." So I want to ask, brothers in the house, please, I want to know, who is your wife to you in the context of relatives now? Because apparently she's not part of your family. And why do we prefer making our kids, moms or siblings the next of kin instead of our partners? I want to find out from the guy's point of view right now. So let me start with you, Fiokee. Who is your wife first of all to you?
Before you even get into marriage, who are you getting married to first?
Okay.
Very important. Then, if you decide to say, this is my wife, she becomes your family. Because you guys are already one. Because you guys are family already. Whether she came from another family, as long as you guys are in for a particular purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are family. Because you're going to give birth to a child. So, you have to live together like family. Your parents were actually somewhere before they came together. And gave birth to you guys. And you guys now came together and become one. Yeah, so they are family. The only thing we should be praying for is good wife.
Is good wife.
So that we shouldn't be having this conversation.
These kind of conversations at all. Because I mean, I'm trying to understand where the concept of your wife is not your family.
But all these things that we see now make us say, Omo, before you go enter that journey,
you gotta be
you
sure.
need to shine your eye.
You gotta be sure. So let me ask you now.
Let her kill me.
Let her kill me.
I see that line as well. No, let her kill me.
Let her kill me.
Okay. Now let me ask you now. Well, from your point of view, who is your wife? Like, if she's not your family, what is the role of your wife? If it's like, when it comes to terms of relatives right now, why is it more important to have your mom or your kids or your siblings as your next of kin and not your wife?
Who said that?
I mean, that's what the internet is saying.
Okay, we're on TV, so let me say the answer that everybody will like me.
Say, just tell us your mind.
Not yourself. I will support you if they don't like you.
Yeah. But seriously, there are good people and there are bad people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And your wife is supposed to be the one that you ride with till old age. Your mom, your sister, they've lived. Okay, your mom has lived her life.
Yeah.
You get me? Your mom has lived her life. Your sister's gonna run away with another guy at the end of the day. So it's your wife that you'll be stuck with for the long run.
Yeah.
So yes, your wife should be the next of kin in a sane society. But hey, we got the Hakimi thing.
Okay, we actually do got the Hakimi thing. Okay, now let's.
Like I said, we should be praying for a good wife.
Yeah.
So when you are doing that, you are doing it with so much joy that your wife is going to take care of everything.
Everything is awesome. Okay, so let's move on from that. Now, Solo Buchi tweeted, "Your next of kin should be your wife, not your mother. Your assets should have your wife's name on them too. This is biblical marriage. You have become one in holy matrimony. If you can't trust a woman with your riches, don't marry her. Yeah. Why marry who you don't trust with your all?" Do you agree with him about your wife being your next of kin and her name being on all your assets? And is there a limit to what your wife should have access to when it comes to, this type of situation, your next of kin type of situation?
Yeah, I agree with Solomon Buchi. I agree with him.
So your wife's name should be on all your assets, no limits.
Once I marry, anything will go make me put my head for there. I'm ready for anything.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Let me hear from you, Mr.
1,000%, like you said. Anything will make me put my hand there. That this is the person.
Yeah. We're good to go.
No going back.
For better, for worse.
No. That's you're trying to say no limits to what she has access to.
That's why we'll take our time to
we'll
find
take
the
our time.
one. That's why we don't rush, you see.
It's like sometimes they call us old bachelor, but this is one of the reasons.
This is the reason.
You see?
I feel like I got the wrong button for these conversations.
At least I have something to back it up. Say, you're getting old, get married.
Okay, because there's
Take it easy.
There's Hakimi, there's Hakimi FC.
Okay. Now, in the midst of all of this,
I just saw before I came, I saw one Man U player. One Man U player, something brown. I think he's 43 now. He has gone bankrupt.
Bankrupt?
Yeah.
Whoa. Based on relationships?
Yeah.
It's a business now. especially in the West, most of these women, they get married for money.
But everywhere don't rate like this.
Everybody's eyes. Okay, let's move in from that. Now, I mean, in the midst of all of this, I read a story on Diary of a Nigerian Girl where a husband sent in his question asking what was wrong with him having his brother as his next of kin, as opposed to, having his wife, because this has been a case since before he got married, and he didn't and doesn't still want to change it. And his wife is offended because she changed all of hers to his name. Now, he doesn't see any issue with leaving his brother's name there and doesn't intend on changing it. Now, the wife has now finally had to change hers to her sister's name since the man said he's not changing. So I want to know from you, my guest now, who is your current next of kin? As you're being like a both single, like you said, bachelors, right? Who is your current next of kin? And who would it be when you get married? Like, who would it be?
For now,
yeah.
I think this part, there are some things I keep private. Because sometimes if you say it out, my flight down to the person and the head will start.
Your next of kin.
We'll start to swell up. So let's keep that part private till I get married. Then I'll hand over to anybody that.
You handle. When you get married, you not handle over. So it's definitely your partner, not your siblings, not your kids.
Not be for my mouth. You want to say Beyonce now for me, so.
Okay, what about you?
So I'll keep that private.
What about you, Mrs. Caesar?
My mom. Okay, I'm playing. Come on, guys.
Hakimi MC.
You don't talk and move.
Okay, who's going to be when who is it now? Who's going to be when you get married?
Right now, on the low.
Okay. When you get married?
When I get married, of course, my wife. Come on.
I feel like you might just be coded now, because it's TV, I mean, for me, growing up as a daughter of an Igbo man, I knew all my father's belongings were in my mother's name. I don't know why, but we all just knew he always put her in everything, and everything was in his wife's name, and that's how it was. Personally, my next of kin will be my partner, and that's on period. Anyways, the itchy itch is knocking on our door, and we'll get right into it after the break. Keep it locked. It's time for the itchy itch of the day, and we need your advice on this one. Now, a lady sends a letter saying, my boyfriend told me he was robbed by armed robbers, and I've been taking care of him, even buying him drugs and cooking with my money because he was badly beaten and wasn't feeling well. However, I went through his phone and saw his chat with his friend and found out it was 2 prostitutes he picked up for threesome that tied him, beat him up, and robbed him. I'm so angry, but I don't know how to go about handling this. What do you do? Let's assume you're in this situation now, and the reverse is the case. It's your girlfriend, right? Comes back telling you she was mugged, she was beaten up, bruised and everything, and then you find out that maybe she went to cheat, and the girlfriend of the real person got her and gave her, serious brushing. Serious beating now, and she came out. You then eventually found after taking care of her. What's your next move on this? What are you doing? These guys are quiet.
You guys are.
Now.
Yeah.
Is it that man God? After you finish taking care of her so much, and now you realize that come is they beat you on top another man, or maybe she decided to do the same thing. The guy give you some.
I'll ask the person if he has recovered fully, so I will know what to do.
Let's say you now is your babe now. Let's assume that it's your babe. Right? And she's one decision, and you are the guy. You now found out that your babe went to go and do some, maybe with Agbero. And they now gather and beat her and robbed her.
And I'll start taking care of her. Then
you now find out exactly.
This is what she wants to do.
And what will you do?
There's nothing you can do because you already spent money. She played the fast one on you. So next time, when you... There'll
be next time, you will still be inside the relationship for next time.
No. Even if you don't want to keep that relationship, next relationship, you know how to follow up things.
You are done. Next relationship, you're done with that one. What are you doing?
I'm not saying I'm done. Like if Parvati,
you will stay. You will pray for her to change, because that's what I've been seeing these days.
I'm not married yet. Yeah. If I'm married, it's the same for better for worse.
Girlfriend.
It's my girlfriend. Then the Holy Spirit will direct us on what to do.
Okay, let me hear. What did you say? Let me hear from you, Mrs.
We'll open a business. You get me? And since that's what she's into, she's gonna bring money back to the home. Open a business. So she'll pay me back. When she's done paying me back, she's gonna be good.
Wow, you people are hard in this place. Like every week, the internet is showing us how rugged and tough it is out here in these streets. Indeed, my people, stay safe and don't let the crazies of this week get to you. Until I see you next week, Yagazere Guitar. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.